YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy. I'll be back with another video, and as you see, we are outside of Spartan Defense, and today we're going to be doing another requested video by y'all. So basically today we're going to be going over the top 5 PCCs Spartan Defense Edition. It's kind of chilly out here, and we got the wind blowing, so hopefully y'all can hear me, but we finna go ahead and get in here and show y'all what we got picked out.
My team winning, who that? My phone ringing, who that? Who that?
Spartan Defense. Okay, and helping me with the top 5 PCCs, we got my boy here.
We're going to get you started. PCCs, we're going to start from pretty much the left to right. As always, we get started with SIG for you. SIG MPX and a 9mm. It's on there. Now this one, you do not have to get SBR because it is the way it is right now, so it still registers as a pistol. Still got a full pick rail, so if you want to go folding brace, or if you want to go in SBR, you definitely give you the option for that. Full rail on top, so that way you still got all your accessorizing for it.
So what's the reason why you would put this one at number 1?
For me, for number 1 is the amount of stuff you can do with a lot of SIGs. SIGs has been known to be having a large modular system, so if you want to go longer length, shorter, different handguards, different triggers that are on it, different pistols, you definitely got a lot of variety to make this gun the way that you want it to be. It's not going to be like, oh, here's what I'm stuck with, let me just add accessories to it, let me just add this. So you're just like adding stuff to it.
And it's a really good size, really good size, especially if you want to add a brace or stock to SBR that.
Yeah, same thing for people that want to that, you know, easy carry, like a backpack carry, you know, do a lot of traveling here and there, that, you know, they want to do, just have something with them that's compact without having something too big, but also having a common round as a 9mm. So if you shoot anything from 124 grain to as much as 157 grain, 9mm is going to give you that option to shoot pretty much as light as you want to as heavy as you want, home defense, range ammo. So you get a lot of options with 9mm.
Okay.
Especially with SIG, there's pretty much anything you can think of, you can definitely get done with.
Okay, so coming in at number 1, we got that SIG. So let's go over to number 2.
WRC 45 SMG.
SMG 45 by LWRC. And now, if you didn't know, this shoots the 45 ACP round. It's just a really good system, and it's probably one of the softest shooting 45 PCCs, I would say, that I shot. I compared it against the Chris Vector, and personally I think it won. This one does come with the reciprocating barrel. Most of their parts are proprietary, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, especially for these ones. Now this is an SB brace that's going to be on there, so you see the compact. Now the nice thing about the particular brace, you can still operate while it's still folded. It's on there. It does not have to be out for you to use it. So same thing with being the compact with it. It's not going to be in the way because you still got all your switches, and it's not going to bother much. Now over time, you know, you might fold it out or whatnot depending on how you're holding it, how you want to use it, but it's still not going to be enough to where it's going to be in the way to where it's going to be annoying if you want to shoot it that short. Easy flick out.
WRC. All right, let's go on to number 3.
Well, no, Chris Vector. Now this one is in a 10mm. We also got it in a 45 as well. Now the system that's on it, you know, of course, you know, the way that reciprocates, it doesn't go straight back. It goes back and downwards. Now, makes it shoot very, very flat, and it also doesn't have a whole lot of recoil with it, which makes it really comfortable. Now, the weight of it, it's in the right areas. It's right in the middle, a little bit towards the front, so that way it's going to keep it from lifting, but it also allows you to be really comfortable with it. It's not going to be something you're going to kind of struggle with, something you want to bring in up close, but you can't shoot it up close. Definitely easy to handle. Maintenance is the only thing that you're going to have to get used to because it's not a fun system to really clean out and go from there. But the amount of stuff you can do to this as well. Make the barrel longer, go carbine, SBR, go short, keep it as is. Plenty of area to add any attachments that you want with it.
Earlier, the only problems that you experienced with the Chris Vectors was in chambered in 9mm.
9mm, yeah, they tend to jam up a little bit more, and the only ones that I've seen them function without issue has been the full auto version. Of course, you got to do your paperwork to get that, of course, with that. Unless you have your own rants, whatever you decide to do from there. But the full auto version of the 9mm have been no issues at all. Now, in the semi-auto version of a 9mm, they tend to jam up a lot, have a couple issues here and there. But in a 45 and a 10, I haven't had any issues with them at all. 10mm, definitely liking that, bro.
Definitely. Okay, coming in number 3, we got that Chris Vector. All right, let's go on to number 4.
Easy Scorpion 3+. Chamber also a 9mm as well. Polymer lower, aluminum front. Still got your M-locks. Now, this is also what they did as well. More up pressing, pushing it forward, it's on there. But also another fun thing you do as well. If you have an MP5, you always know to always slap.
Slap.
If you see in the video, you also know that as well. But
there it goes.
So for the 3+.
Okay, so now we was talking earlier about this. Why would you put that one over? I mean, why would you put the Chris Vector over this one?
So for me, I mean, I use all my guns. Like they're tools for me. It doesn't matter how expensive, how cheap they are. I use the hell out of my guns. Like I go to the range, they're being tortured, they're being tested. I compete as well. So for me, the polymer lower kind of does it a little bit less for me. I like being rugged with my guns. I'm going to be one tossing, I'm going to be down in the dirt. They're going to see everything. It's not going to be a safe queen. So to me, like the polymer lowers, it's a plus minus for some people. It definitely helps with cost basis, but also helps with weight. I will give it that. But I'm pretty rough with my guns. So I tend to, you know, if it starts to scratch or if it starts to crack, that's when I'm going to start having issues. If it starts to crack or starts to be fragile, because definitely trying to get a lower for these is definitely going to be a little bit more harder to get. Now, working on them, working with polymers sometimes can be a little bit more fun to kind of work with, because you can crack it or you start to scrape into it or you start doing things like that. But that's like the only downfall as far as having a polymer lower. Balance of weight is still going to be pretty good because all the body is going to be here. Front, there's not going to be as much weight. I mean, even hold it, it's not going to be really heavy. Yeah. But with all the stuff that comes with it, you know, you're going to have your suppressor heights that are on it, or if you want a co-witness, it's going to sit really high with it. Easy to function with it. Of course, you want to do a thumb, slap it down, just like an MP5. Easy to handle, easy to put away. Same thing with the back end. You're going to have your QD with it. So that way, if you want to hang it, you can definitely have it. Just have it hanging from the top. Now, if you want to go with like a folding brace, or if you want to do an SBR with it, we definitely have, SB does make a lot of stuff for it. This is how we can remove it, have that. You want to go with the folding brace, have it as SBR, you definitely do that from there.
Okay. And that's why we had to put that ZZ Scorpion in there. All right.
But yeah, but that's just my opinion. It's just the lowers for me that does it for me.
No, I got you on that one. Last but not least,
this one's the Diamondback. Now this one is in a 5.7. Still got pick rail on the back, so if you would definitely want to put a brace on it, or same thing if you want an SBR, definitely go from there. But the odd thing is how slim it is.
It is.
You can put that in a folder for all you want.
Have that in a binder.
You can put it in your purse. You pretty much put that anywhere. But the nice thing is that even being a 5.7, the cost of 5.7 is definitely dropping. Now you got Fiocchi that's putting it out there. You got Federal that's putting it out there. So the availability of the ammo is definitely becoming a lot more friendlier. I know that was one thing for a while. You're looking for ammo, you're spending like, you know, anywhere between $75 to as much as $120 for just a box of 50. But now that more companies are making it, now we're looking at about 35 for some makes. 45 has been on average with it. So 5.7 is definitely coming back. So that way P90s are going to be, you know, one of the things coming back. But as far as for Diamondback coming with it, for portability, I mean, how much smaller can you really get?
Exactly. Especially thin wise. Like that thing. Honestly, I didn't even notice how thin it was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the size of a wallet.
That's crazy.
I ain't got much money in there at all, but I mean, it's basically about as thin as a wallet.
Exactly. That's wild. That Diamondback 5.7.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't come with any sight sets on it, so it's going to be bare, so you'll have to find a set of your own to go with it. Still got a pick rail, so it's just like the other ones. If you want to use a folding stock, if you want to have a tubular system that they use for the ARs, you can definitely get that for like an AK style for it. The friendliness of it, I mean, it's really light, really easy to function with. I mean, it weighs nothing at all.
Like a toy.
Yeah, so if you want portability, you know, comfortability with it, it's definitely, it's not uncomfortable at all. Now, why would I put it in last place? Ammo is going to be the one that's going to be the most expensive out of this. Of course, we know, for those of us that, you know, that shoot a lot or whatnot, it's 5.7 by 2.8. Not exactly the cheapest one to go to the range with more often. Keeping it around now, you definitely got some really good, how do I say, like home defense, plus you got steel cores if you're able to get your hands on those. So having it as a defense weapon is going to work fantastic. The round itself is not going to have a whole lot of recoil with it. The friendliness of using it is going to be really easy. It's just the cost of ammo. Yeah. But with that, with me, training time. That's everything for me. So being able to purchase a gun, being able to have the ammo, go out there and train with it, that's a big part for me. So being able to have something like this, it's going to shoot great. It's going to be, you know, really good under the fence. You still got a lot of options to work with this. It's the cost of ammo that's going to be it for me. That's the only downfall with this. But when you do have the ammo, train on it. It's a phenomenal round. Being able to have self-defense with it without having to overpower yourself, I would say, to where it's going to kick too much or be a little uncomfortable. It's not going to be uncomfortable with this.
Okay, and the last one, well, you guys actually just sold it, but we're going to put it as an honorable mention, is the CMG Banshee.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that one?
If we had it, I could talk so much about it. But with that, if you know Banshees as well, they're really compact. Definitely a bag carry that's on there. If you want to have it as a truck gun, you know, or something that's with you, that's above like your standard pistol, it's definitely one to go with.
Yeah.
Plenty of options for it. There's tons of how would I say accessories that you can put with it without overweighing the gun, as well as being really comfortable with it, having different options. The rounded stuff, the 45, we definitely carry a lot of that. A lot of 1911 users use it as well. But the weight of it, for what you have, it shoots very comfortably. There's not a whole lot of recoil. It doesn't sit really too far up close where you're like kind of crunched up. It's a relaxing point that they do sit in. Yeah. The availability of it, of course, I don't have it in here as well, is usually once you see it, most people, once they start to handle it, that's when they start feeling a lot more comfortable with it. To where if they just see it, look at photos. So if you ever get a chance to see certain guns, always recommend to go in and at least handle it, because it could definitely change your mind whether if you like it or you don't like it.
That's true.
But that's one of the guns, once you handle it, it's usually one that you're going to really like that's on there.
CMG Banshee. Okay, so I mean, that was our list. I appreciate you for kind of giving us a tour through those. But as y'all see, they got tons of other stuff. Let me know in the comments what your top PCC will be. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one.